Alright, today we are looking at something different from our regular fare. Today we're going to look at a Hewlett-Packard, and in particular it is a colour Laserjet Hewlett-Packard, the HP Colour Laserjet Pro MFP M283fdw. This fault will pretty much apply to any white coloured HP Laserjet printer, and the problem we are going to look at that this printer has is going to be coming up on the screen any minute now. So we will just let this printer boot up as slowly as it does boot up. Now this particular fault, I'm quite amazed that HP has done this. And the fault we get is open the tray, check paper guides and load paper. So the problem is the printer cannot load paper from the paper tray. So what's going on with this printer? Okay, so we got the paper tray outside. So the problem is the machine can't feed paper and it can't load paper. Now, what happens with these Hewlett-Packard paper trays is the paper obviously sits here, and then this lifter here, tray lifter, it comes up like this, and the paper touches the rollers that sit above this area here. So what's happening is you're putting paper in the paper tray, you're going to push the tray in the machine, and then the lifters are supposed to lift the paper up like this, and then that pushes on the sensor that's up here, and the feed rollers can then push against the paper and feed the paper like so. So the lifting mechanism is controlled by this gear right here. Now you'll notice on your unit, if it is broken the same way, that this thing moves nice and freely when it's not supposed to. So we will pull the paper out. We will tip the tray up on its side. We have to remove this flap here. That's done by pulling this screw out right here. And then we just carefully pull the flap up. And when we have a look inside, so we have here this gear mechanism with this lifter. And I cannot believe Hewlett-Packard has designed a piece of equipment so poorly. This is obviously deliberately designed because they will know after so many up and down motions, the lifter mechanism here is going to break. So if you look around in the paper tray, somewhere in the body underneath the printer, you will notice this broken piece of plastic right here. So this is a one molded piece. It's supposed to look like this, molded, and it simply slots over. The problem, and what really gets my goat, is the fact that the thinness of this paper is plastic here. So if we pull this out, Come on. Let's get that out. Have a look at how thin this piece of plastic is. So, this type of plastic, as it gets older, it becomes brittle. It's designed to become brittle. And what happens is, after so many years of this going up and down, and having the pivot point here and the pull point here, it guarantees that this problem is going to occur. And then, if you don't go on looking for a cure, you'll throw the printer away. Just throw the printer away and go and buy a new printer when there's absolutely no need to. So to fix this, you can either buy this part on my website. Just head over to fixitfastelectronics.com. We sell these parts. We ship them worldwide for free. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to not replace this part. I'm going to do a bit better job for the customer. We're going to drill a hole through the steel plate. We're going to drill a hole through this part of the plastic lifter, and we're going to put a metal bolt through there, and hopefully with any luck this should fix this problem permanently for this customer. So yeah, we'll get the drill on that, we'll drill some holes, and then we'll see if there's anything else wrong with the printer, which I bet there is not. So let's get into this. Alright, so I've just taken the Dremel tool and we've drilled a hole in the bottom of this plastic lifter. We're now going to move on and drill a hole in the bottom of the plate here. Alright, so we've got a hole now cut in the plate. We've got a hole in the tray lifter, the broken tray lifter. And we have a bolt here to go through it, and a nut to go on that bolt. And it's just simply a case of assembling this, and this should fix the problem. So I'll now put that together and move on. Alright, so one little modification I had to come up with is I've just heated this screwdriver up on a gas flame, and then I've just pushed this through here like so to create a bit of a notch. That's so this nut has enough clearance to go in here. So we're going to sit the nut in there like so, and then the bolt will come up through the bottom, and then that will just screw in. Alright, so there we've got it. We've got the bolt through the bottom plate. We've got the lifting mechanism. We've got the cut there where we have the bolt, the nut resting into the lifter. We can see that from the other side there. You need to be careful of this black plastic clip when you're working on it. It's very easy to lose this black plastic clip. It's got spring loaded. So I'll just stick that cover plate on, screw it back on. Like so. Whoops, we almost forgot. Don't forget the gear that drives it. There. So this is how it's supposed to work. The machine winds that up and that lifts the paper tray up and down, like so. So I reckon that will be pretty much a permanent fix for this customer and this tray lifter. If you want the quick easy method, just order the plastic part on my website. So now and we'll just stick that plate on. And we'll stick that screw in. I'll find a screwdriver. Alright, so we're back at the printer. We've got it asking to load paper now that we've cleared the error. We've got paper in the tray. We'll stick that in the printer. The machine then should start lifting the paper tray. Okay. Oh, I dare say that's probably fixed. So let's go and do a supplies. We'll print the supplies report. And look at that, it's now feeding paper. We'll have a look at the condition of this customer's machine. Empty black, empty blue, empty red, empty yellow. So we've now fixed a printer that requires about $600 worth of ink to be put in it. That's not our problem, that's the customer's problem. We fixed what they asked us to fix. And that's it. That's it for the Color Laserjet Pro MFP M283fdw. I don't like Hewlett-Packard printers. They often have these engineered faults in them. And unfortunately, around the world they're really quite popular, except for Australia, where we tend to like brother printers in this country. I'm really quite amazed to discover that in the US and Europe they're HP mad, so good luck to you with your toner cartridges. As with these new ones, they have these little microchips. And these are nasty little bastards that stop you from using non-genuine ink. This customer's got non-genuine ink, and so he's very lucky that the printer's working. Or he's possibly reusing the old chips from the old cartridges, which is the way you get around it with Hewlett-Packard. You pull the chips off the empty genuine cartridges, you stick them on your non-genuine cartridges. And while you have no indication of how much toner is in the printer does kind of work. So that's it for today's video. I hope that helps you out with your paper jamming tray loading problem. If you want more videos about fixing printers, just subscribe to the channel. If you need printer parts, just follow the link in the description to where we sell printer parts for worldwide shipping. And yeah, I just post the occasional music video that I like, just to make it a bit interesting. Fixing printers is becoming rather boring, I should say. That's it. Hope that helps out. We'll see you next time.